the seventh last plague. But if these thoughts shall pass through their minds, they will be but short-lived. For there shall descend upon them the last and most terrible of all the plagues, the seventh. It will come upon a people who, having given up God in preference to this world and its treasures, will see in this last plague every one of those treasures swept away in utter and total destruction. For the seventh plague will literally and actually destroy the earth. Revelation chapter 16 and verse 17. Then the seventh angel poured out his bowl into the air, and a loud voice came out of the temple of heaven from the throne, saying, "It is done." Verse 18, and there was a noise and thunderings and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake, such a mighty and great earthquake as had not occurred since men were on the earth. Verse 19, now the great city was divided into 3 parts, and the cities of the nations fell, and a great Babylon was remembered before God to give her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. Verse 20, then every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. Verse 21, and great hail from heaven fell upon men, every hailstone about the weight of a talent. And men blasphemed God because of the plague of the hail, since that plague was exceedingly great. Of all the destructive forces known to man, a great quake is the most sudden, the most terrifying, the most violent, and the most destructive. Furthermore, an earthquake never comes alone. It brings with it fire and tidal waves, and in this case, savage storms and tempests, the shrieking of the hurricane, and the bombardment by large hailstones, the like of which men have never seen before in the total history of this planet. In the past, fearful earthquakes have shattered portions of the earth, but the geographical areas have always been limited. Here is coming an earthquake which is to have no geographical limitations. There will be no corner of the earth free from its heavings. In describing this, it is stated, the mountains shake like a reed in the wind, and ragged rocks are scattered on every side. There is a roar as of a coming tempest. The sea is lashed into fury. There is heard the shrieks of a hurricane like the voice of demons on a mission of destruction. The whole earth heaves and swells like waves of the sea. Its surface is breaking up. Its very foundation seems to be giving way. Mountain chains are sinking. Inhabited islands disappeared. The seaports that have become like Sodom for wickedness are swallowed up by the angry waters. Babylon the Great has come in remembrance before God to give her unto the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. Great hailstones, every one about the weight of a talent, are doing their work of destruction. The proudest cities of the earth are laid low. The lordly palaces upon which the world's great men have lavished their wealth in order to glorify themselves are crumbling to ruin before their eyes. Can any mind today picture the destruction involved in these last days' most terrible plagues? Those who would come nearest to it would be those who had experienced one of its earth's terrible earthquakes. But for the rest of us, it is beyond the power of human mind to even comprehend it or conceive it. Try to picture, if you can, a situation where the whole surface of the earth is in the fluid state of a rolling waves. See the tall and stately trees rolling this way, and that as the earth moves beneath them, and as they are wrenched by the violence of it all, huge limbs will be torn from them and flung with crushing force upon whatever is below. The great mountain chains sink down as if their very supports had been taken away, while entire island with their inhabitants sink like the bottomless ships into the depths of the ocean. Great open fissures will appear in the ground. Bridges will be collapsed. The roads will be rent and ruined beyond repair. Great and lordly palaces, skyscrapers, and other great monuments to man's wealth and skill will literally be torn apart too. Collapse in great heaps of ruin and clouds of smothering dust, burying countless of their owners and tenants beneath them. The great caverns opening and shuttering beneath the sea will send colossal tidal waves surging across the surface of the ocean to crash against the continual shores and flood in lands over vast areas.